Okay, this is interesting because immediately I thought of, oh, this is a very giving energy. So this is like about balance, and I'm getting like this is like balancing the universe's energy. Like for some reason I'm getting like you're like balancing out the universe's energy. But what's interesting about this is like immediately I was like, oh, Virgo's in this very giving energy, but you're giving in order to balance something out. You're giving out money in order to balance out your own income, or you have so much money that in order to balance out, you need to give out more. But what's interesting about this is that in the back of the deck we have the Five of Pentacles, which is obviously about like being put out in the cold, and oftentimes because it's the Pentacles, it's about like being put out in the cold in regards to like finances, like being kicked out. So it's just interesting in regards to the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is a very giving energy. You're giving out, or you're providing for others, or this can be like you're looking at society, you're looking at just in general like world or homelessness, and you're like charity work, service, because Virgo is very much about service orientation. So this could be like you're providing your service. It does have his raised hand and Baphomet, and even the Hierophant. It's like the way the placement is as above. I mean, his hand placement isn't as above, but it's like so below is exactly that placement. Like that hand placement is interesting because it corresponds to as above, so below. So as what's within us is what we see in reality. If we see something in reality, it is actually a mirroring of what is inside of us. Like if we see disparity and people being left out in the cold, it's interesting because the back of the deck you got the Five of Pentacles, and these people are literally wearing like, so it might be like you're balancing out the system in the sense of like society, like you're providing in order to balance out collective. So there might be a service you're providing for others in regards to finances and in regards to money, where you're like you're using money as an energy work to balance out the collective energy. You're in the Queen of Pentacles, bitch. What the fuck? And you have a Three of Pentacles. And it's interesting because this is the Six of Pentacles, obviously, but you see there's a person providing their finances to two other people. In contrast, these two other people are financing this person in order to build, structure usually it's like an architect or a building or a plan. Yeah, you're in your like abundance. Like you're in your earthly motherly role, Virgo. Like you're in full on earthly abundance, and you're like, maybe your service to the earth is actually balancing it out, the energy of money, the energy of the earth, because money is still energy. Money is still connected to the earthly sense of what we in society consider earthly. It's the closest thing to being earthly when you are not in nature, and like when your location is obviously Pentacles is surrounded by nature, surrounded within nature. What about Queen of Pentacles in the city? The way she provides that abundance, that correspondence, and it's also like that exchange, that energetic exchange with your environment. Like it doesn't even have to do with being in nature, it has to do with your environment. What is the environment exchange in your environment? You're in the archetype of generosity and dependability and a foundational growth where you're able to provide to others. This showcases a very feminine energy that you're in, of nurturing and providing dependability and foundation, as well as having a strong connection to nature. It's interesting because while the Queen of Pentacles is connected to the earth, is connected to animals, because we're seeing the rabbit, and the rabbit is often connected with abundance. We also see the goat, which is connected to Capricorn. I know this is not the Capricorn card, but I'm seeing the goat, and that is often, the goat is often associated with stability, able to climb mountains no matter what. So it is always connected to the earth, because even in hardship you're able to connect yourself to your roots, to the earth. And there is, with the Queen of Pentacles, there is this like earthly, this exchange with the earth, because when we consider our relationship with the earth, it's like the earth isn't able to grow, except like when we take, like obviously when we take something from the earth, we always give something back, as it creates that exchange. So in July you might in an abstract sense, you might be looking at something like that in your life. Either you're being a service literally to the earth, to the collective, to healing the earth. As every year our summers get hotter and hotter, and people are starting to realize, oh shit, are we gonna fucking die from a fucking heat stroke? Well, I don't know. Are you taking care of your environment? Are you taking care of your earth? Because we see homelessness and we are responsible, because what is inside, and people complain about, oh, this homelessness, and also, are you just giving out coins, you're not actually living the Queen of Pentacles? Because I'm getting the Six of Pentacles. It's like, okay, you're putting in coins, right? You see two homeless people, and you also Six of Pentacles, and he's giving 4 coins. 4 is about foundation security. I see this all the time because I literally live in the city, so it's like I see this all the time of where people, like, they stop to give money to a homeless person, but it's like, how is that helping the collective? By you giving out money, is that really helping the earth? So it's like, you really, in July, you really need to look at like how you are being of service of the collective, the earth, how it's important to have that energetic exchange with other people, with collective, with communities, in order to balance it out. Oh shit, the 5 of Pentacles came out again. You have to pay attention that you're not giving out your finances so much that you're actually abandoning yourself. You're putting yourself in a state of pentacles. Like, you're in a Pentacles energy in July, Virgo. You're in a earthly, like, first of all, you're in your vibe, because Pentacles is the earth. But also, it's like, this is about finances, this is about career, this is about stability, this is about, so you have to consider that in July. When you give out, when you buy something, when you purchase something from someone, or like the aspect of like, oh, I'm purchasing this in order to showcase abundance, in order to be in the energy of abundance. Well, is that what you purchase, is that coming back to you? Or is that actually what you're putting out into the collective, out of your own pocket? Is that actually putting you in scarcity? Is that actually putting you out in the cold? And then maybe in a self-limiting belief is that in your younger self or your childhood, your parents have been in a state of like scarcity or working from paycheck to paycheck. But you have to remember, Queen of Pentacles, you are the Queen of Pentacles. This is literally your energy in this reading. Maybe in a state of like, oh, you're wanting to provide because you knew you were, in some sense, like in some way, past life or something, you've been in a situation where you have been homeless yourself. But it's like, also, the cards are warning you that you are going to be freaking homeless. You keep giving out your energy and not considering, oh, is that energy coming back to you? Think about the earth. The earth like blossoms beautiful beings, blossoms beautiful creations, but those creations then die and they feed onto the earth. So there's this cycle even with the earth. Earth births, and then what is birthed dies, and it gives back to the earth. Is what you're feeding onto, is what you're paying into, is it even coming back to you? Is it even paying you back? And then you're just in this scarcity where you're abandoned from what you're trying to grow, what you're trying to expand, what you're trying to put attention to with your finances. Yeah, you are in the Queen of Pentacles, but you still have to look into the Queen of Pentacles understands the laws of the earth. The Six of Pentacles, you are a very giving person. Like six of Pentacles is like, anyone that has Six of Pentacles, it's a balancing, but it's also like you have a very, you're very giving, you're very service orientated. You have a Page of Cups. I feel like this is you tapping into your intuition. For some reason, you randomly got the Page of Cups in this Pentacles energy. So randomly, ooh, okay. We have the Page of Cups with the Three of Swords. So this is like something in, listen to your intuition. I feel like these messages are completely different, but maybe they're correlated. And especially with being put out in the cold, I feel like you really need to pay attention to who you're giving your energy to. That energetic exchange. Go back to the earth is what you're feeding back into you, because I feel like Page of Cups is often connected to our inner child. The Page of Cups is talking to the fish, which is often connected to your intuition, like talking to yourself. I don't know, writing letters to yourself. Write a letter to yourself and you'll be surprised on the guidance that provides you, because it can actually possibly save you from being hurt, from being abandoned. Page of Cups with Three of Swords. This is indicating that in July you will be experiencing emotional pain and heartache, because the Three of Swords represents heartbreak, loss, and disappointment. But this combination together, Page of Cups with Three of Swords, just that you may be experiencing possible challenges or difficulties in your love life. But don't worry, because you're the fucking Queen of Pentacles. Your love life's falling apart. Pay attention to your Pentacles. Definitely pay attention to your Pentacles. Pay attention who you're giving out your energy to, because money is energy. Money is energy. Because while the Page of Cups is a card that represents new beginnings and creativity and emotional expression, emotional growth, inner exploration, the Three of Swords over here is heartbreak, pain, and sorrow. It is a sign of betrayal and loss and disappointment for you. And I'm not saying that happily, because I'm a Virgo moon. But these two combinations signifies a time of emotional confusion, possibly inner conflict. While there may be an inner struggle it signifies that there may be an inner struggle between your heart and your mind. You or someone else in your life is trying to come to terms with a painful experience or trying to move on from a difficult situation, and this might be from being put out in the cold by someone. That's why I'm saying, like, pay attention who you're giving your energy to. You might be feeling feelings and providing that stabilization for someone else because they're put out in the cold, then they're putting you out in the cold. Queen of Pentacles with Five of Pentacles. This is about your financial situation, Virgo. So while the Five of Pentacles suggests that you are facing financial hardship, struggling to make ends meet, possibly a job loss, financial difficulties, or an overwhelming sense of financial pressure. But on the other hand, you are the Queen of Pentacles, so this indicates financial abundance, success is within reach. Queen of Pentacles is about experiencing positive growth in your career or business, or may benefit from recent investment. A sense of generosity or abundance in other areas of life, such as your health, relationships, or spiritual growth. It's that financial success is within reach, but you must stay focused and determined to achieve it. And I feel it all comes down to pay attention to how much you're giving out that's not actually coming back to feed your earth. And I feel it all has to do with this Page of Cups, your intuition. This could be a new beginning, but don't get so lost in the new beginning that you give out too much of your resources to this person and then you're left empty. Balance, balance, balance. This is what this is saying to me, especially with everything else. Be very cautious of manipulative little Page of Cups. We have a maybe. We have a rethink. You think. Rethink. You think. Follow your heart, but don't follow your heart too much. Don't follow your heart too much. I think this is also about following your intuition. It's like follow your heart, but you have rethink. Tomorrow looks promising. Evaluate all the stories you repeat yourself. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is about also having gratitude, joy, abundance, satisfaction, focusing on that within your own life. Even if you don't have the 10 of Cups, you have the 9 of Cups. It's gonna be like, okay, yeah, you're going through some hardship, but focusing on that Queen of Pentacles. Putting back into yourself. Like I said, don't put into resources that don't feed back into you. So it's like really evaluate, rethink, evaluate all the stories you repeat yourself. So this could be like, because we are seeing an individual that 6 of Pentacles has homeless people, 5 of Pentacles has homeless people. So this could be about in regards to your own inner stories of where you want to be, or your energy is the Queen of Pentacles, but your limiting beliefs is of being put out in the cold, or the energy of like you want to give out to others because you've been in a scarcity, so you're still clinging on to this old story that you don't have enough. It could be like, oh, you have the 9 of Pentacles, but you don't have the 10, you have the 9 of Cups, but you don't have the 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Cups. Shit. And choose the path which will lead to true happiness. 2 of Wands. Last card is the Emperor. Practice being your highest self in every moment. This is tapping back into your intuition. This is creating that stability within yourself. Like back to Emperor. Only feed, only pay others, only feed onto others, only service others, and also pay you back. Because the Earth, the Pentacles, the Earth births things that feed back into it. It births things that then die, and then their death actually feeds the Earth. It's like a cycle. It's a nutritional cycle. I mean, look at a cycle of a flower. Look at the cycle of a bee. It's like there's always like this cycle in nature, and it always goes back to what dies, what births dies, and their death actually feeds into the birth, and it continues on and on and on and on. But if you're feeding onto something that dies, or it feeds back into you, then you're not able to create that abundance. And this could be someone, Page of Cups, could be someone like trying to say all these like emotional things to like trigger you emotionally, to feed into them, to provide you their pentacles, because you are the fucking Queen of Pentacles. And then they just like cut things off. They just like use you for their money. They just use you for your abundance, and then you're just out in the cold. You're not, because you're the fucking Queen of Pentacles. Don't ever forget it. Okay, but first let's go back to this story, because I like to see tarot as a storyline. So this could actually also, alternatively, it could be a story of like someone's actually giving to you, and they're putting you in a state of the Queen of Pentacles. So someone like feeds onto you. They give you the money, and you're able to get out of this scarcity, out of this paycheck to paycheck. You're able to balance your energy out, and you're in this abundance. But then, because we did get regards to the other cards, so this could actually be talking about your own scarcity of homelessness. You're in this abundance, Queen of Pentacles energy, but there's still this like limiting belief that you could potentially get back to who you were. Because we see that the 6 of Pentacles was this first card, so this is like a kind of fluid motion of the storyline, like characters, plot, climax, action. So you have to consider that with tarot. We're seeing here someone's giving to someone else, and we're seeing a pattern. You have to look at patterns with tarot. We see a pattern, 2 people being put out in the cold. We see a pattern of 2 people being put out and begging. And this person is looking back, because he's looking back to the past. So this could be like a regret of when you had abundance, when you had everything. It's like, oh, well, now I'm put out in the cold. Now I'm like surviving paycheck to paycheck. So it could be like this painful situation that like puts you out in the cold. So it could just be emotionally, but financially you're swimming in the coins. You're swimming in the coins. But I was just considering like this could actually be someone else that's putting you out, being on the streets, and then you're able to, and they put you literally on a throne. What they give you, these 4 coins, you're able to actually manifest being on a throne, but there's this dilemma, there's this pattern. So you really have to watch out in July and really work through your limiting belief of scarcity, of like the universe abandoning you, even when you're in this energy of abundance. Really have to work through that in July, Virgo.